Hi, this is Isa Q. Tan, editor at Asian Agribiz. When feed producers develop formulations with the intention of reducing in-feed antibiotics, phytobiotics emerges as a possible solution. Today, my colleague Hatu talks to Kurt Wegleitner, Managing Director of Phytobiotics, on the new developments in this segment and the feasibility of this solution.
Hello, Kurt. Hello, Dr. Waterborn. Thank you for joining our podcast today.
Hi.
Dear Tu, thank you very much for having Dr. Waterborn and me for this podcast. It is always a pleasure to talk to you and to speak to your listeners.
So today we will be talking about phytobiotics. To start with, could you please give us some basic ideas about phytobiotics? What are they?
A definition of phytogenics and phytobiotics is easy and difficult at the same time. Phyto stands for the Greek word of plant, so everything that is plant derived is falling into that category. Phytogenic or phytobiotic, genic and biotic means it's stemming off plant. So again here, that is common to all the products that are falling into this product range. However, there is many different plant-based products on the markets and they differentiate quite a bit.
Okay, so how are they different? Or to be more specific, how are the products from phytobiotics different from the others?
In the case of phytobiotics, we are striving to use very well-defined plant material, which is standardized and which can be also traced in feed and feed ingredients. So for us, it is very crucial that we offer the market a product that they can trace back to us as a supplier, and we as the provider of the products, we can also go back even to the plantations to make sure that we are delivering traceable, trusted, high quality to our customers.
Oh, this is interesting. I've heard about the traceability as a standard in the pork value chain, in the chicken meat value chain, but not much from the feed value chain. Now, it's interesting you mentioned that we can trace which type of plant materials that are used to produce phytobiotics. This somehow gets me to another question. I think Asians have been familiar with the use of local herbs in feed as an ingredient and as a treatment in livestock production. Are those plants the same as the plants that you use to produce phytobiotics?
It is true, herbs, phytogenics, phytobiotics have been used for a long time in both animal feed but also human food. And this is true not only for Asia, but this is also true for Europe, and it is as well true for the Americas, where the healing power of plants has been known for ages. The difference in the usage of those products have occurred in the last 100 years or so. In the case of phytobiotics, we are using plant-based alkaloids, and alkaloids have been first identified some 120 years ago by a German scientist. And only since that exact knowledge on the molecular structure of the plant ingredient, we can optimize products and we can describe the mode of action and we can target the action in the animal. In case of phytobiotics, we are having two different plant-based products in our product range. The one is Sangrovit, which is stemming from Maclearia cordata, which is a product with high concentration of different alkaloids, mainly sanguinarine. And we also have Active D, which is a product based on cestrum that contains very high ingredients and high levels of calcitriol, which is the most bioavailable form of vitamin D3. And those products have a very different mode of action, but of course it is always targeting to improve the health status of animals, to reduce inflammations, to increase the strength and the persistence of animals. So they have in common that they are supporting the health of the animals, but in a very different way. In phytobiotics, we claim that our products are all based on science, and we take that claim very serious, and hence we are always looking into the scientific facts of what is in the product and how those molecules can help our animals.
Okay, now we talk about the mode of actions. This is the point that I'm most interested in, and I think this is the expertise field of Dr. Waterporn. Dr. Waterporn, could you give us the mode of actions of phytobiotics that are most beneficial to animal health?
So, phytogenic feed additives or PFA are derived from plants that contain many different biologically active compounds. The majority of biological compounds in the market include terpenoids, phenols, alkaloids, and etc. Many of them can have antimicrobial property, antioxidant, and anti-inflammatory effects. In feed, PFAs help to improve gastrointestinal health and functionality. And there are 4 modes of action of phytogenic supplementation in animal feed. For example, the PFA helps to maintain the continuity, gut microbiota, and enhance the nutrient digestibility and the nutrient absorption. The PFA helps to stimulate the immune system, reduce oxidative stress, and mitigate the negative effects of enteric infection, heat stress, and reduce of inflammation.
Oh, so what I get from your answer is that phytobiotics mode of actions are variable because of their active compounds, but generally they can provide the benefits that other feed additives have, such as antimicrobial properties, antioxidant, and anti-inflammatory effects. So those mode of actions are from phytobiotics used at feed supplements, right? What about as an antibiotic for treatment?
Initially, PFAs are used as feed additives in animals, but due to their mode of action, they have gained increasing attention as an alternative to antibiotic growth promoters or AGPs in the ruminants, swine, and poultry industries. But still, PFAs or any other natural products have limitations for disease treatment when compared to the antibiotics.
They can be used to replace AGP, but they have different qualities compared to AGPs, am I right?
So, they are quite different between the PFA substances and antibiotics as growth promoters or AGP. For example, the AGPs can be defined as any medicine that are administered at low subtherapeutic dosage to reduce the subclinical infections, reduce growth, depressing microbial metabolites, and enhance the nutrient uptake. But for the plant-derived substances or PFAs, they are natural sources that are safe for the animals, humans, and also environment that helps to stimulate the immune system, maintain gut health, and reduce inflammation. On the other hand, the PFA can promote the beneficial bacteria. And meanwhile, the misuse of antibiotics as growth promoters in the livestock that contributes with the increase of antibiotic resistance in the animal and indirect effect to the humans. And therefore, using the PFAs are more beneficial for using as alternative growth promoters for the animal industry.
I see. So would this benefit help phytobiotics become a solution to antibiotic resistance? I think at this point we can hear from Kurt. What do you think, Kurt?
antibiotic resistance is the negative side of antibiotics. However, antibiotics are not bad per se, because antibiotics have done a fantastic job on reducing diseases, be it in humans, be it in animal. We have been able to increase our animal production in the last 70 years to a level that was unthinkable before. However, the overuse of antibiotics has led to resistance, and hence many in-feed antibiotics are banned, especially in Europe, but also in many Asian countries and also now in the Americas. What we need to do is we need to find ways of production to reduce the usage of antibiotics as much as possible in order to use the antibiotics whenever they are needed. Luckily, there is a lot of products, strategies available on how we can raise animals without in-feed antibiotics. And we in Phytobiotics, we do have a range of products which are helping there. And of course, Sangrovit and Active D would be the products which would come first to my mind, as the product had been originally designed as a replacement of antibiotics whenever they are fading out. That does not mean that it can be used only on its own, but those products work very well together with antibiotics, and they also work very well with other feed ingredients, whatever that would be, organic acid, probiotics, prebiotics. We have seen that Sangrovit and Active D work very well with solutions like that.
I agree, antibiotics are not bad guys. They are good guys, actually. It's the overuse of it is harmful. I think this applies also to antibiotic replacements. We need to use it in a responsible way by targeting the right diseases. So could you give us some examples of specific disease where phytobiotics are the most effective solution? Dr. Waraporn?
So PFA do not have direct effect to any specific, but due to the healthier gut health, the PFA supplementation helped to minimize the negative effect during the stress conditions. For example, the feed change in piglets, transportation, and heat stress. In the case of diarrhea in weaning piglets, they are encountered with a new environment and feed change. With this stress will cause them to stretch out and increase the risk of diarrhea. Using the PFAs can improve the gut barrier and permeability and reduce the intestinal inflammation. And also the PFA have an indirect effect on coccidia by improving gut health and lowering inflammation. I would like to focus on the gastrointestinal tract or GIT because this part is a key and the biggest organ that contains 70% of all immune cells in the body, and this part is faced by the outer environment such as feed raw material, feed quality, pathogens, and toxins. If the animals are under stress conditions, for example heat stress, transportation stress, and high stocking density, these stresses can disrupt the gut microbial diversity, leading to dysbiosis, compromise the intestinal barrier, and cause intestinal inflammation. In the case that the animal have a healthy gut barrier, that means they have a stronger protection against pathogens, toxins, and stress. It also means to improve absorption of nutrients and promote the animal's production. Based on our study, supplementation of the PFAs can improve the gut barrier function, diminish inflammatory responses, and positively affect to the population of the beneficial bacteria. For example, the increase of the lactobacillus and subsequently promoting the growth performance, improving body weight, and FCR during the stress condition.
What feed producers should pay attention to when they create formulas with phytobiotics?
When feed producers do their formulations, they need to make sure that they are producing an optimal feed. That doesn't mean that they should use the cheapest feed ingredients, but they should use a feed that will lead to the results that they are striving for. And when it comes to phytogenics, it is crucial that the formulators are using products that are very clearly and very well designed. Plant-based material can vary a lot because of different conditions when they were growing, of different production methods. As that, it is the obligation of the supplier to provide a product with standardized ingredients. We as in Phytobiotics, we take that very serious. We are making sure that we are supplying our customers a product that is traceable, that is trustable, and of course, which will give them the best possible results. That has been our credo from the very beginning when we first started marketing products like that, and we keep on improving on that.
Thank you very much. So before we end the podcast, do you have a conclusion about the benefit of phytobiotics as a solution to the antibiotic resistant issue?
Raising animals without antibiotics has become a standard in Europe. But not only in Europe, animals are raised without in-feed antibiotics, but in many countries outside the European Union, animals are raised that way already. This is not easy, but of course it is possible, as there is a lot of solutions available. For us in Phytobiotics, this has been always important, and we have gone that far that we put the cost consideration or the profitability of our customers out even in our mission statement. We believe that we need to provide products to the industry which are working very well and which will improve the return of investment of our customers. There's plenty of data that is showing how we can do that, how we can generate more money for our customers than they are investing. We see ourselves as a partner to the industry, and we take that very seriously.
Well, thank you very much, Kurt and Dr. Waterporn, for your insights. We hope to talk to you again soon in the future.
So thank you so much and goodbye.
You too. Thank you very much for having invited us for that podcast. I hope we could provide some valuable insights to your customers. And of course, we are always happy to get feedback from you and from all our listeners. Thank you very much.
We hope that you've picked up some valuable information from this episode that will help in your farm operations. Thank you for listening in. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. For more on the Asian animal protein industries, please visit www.asian-agribiz.com.